Okay, continuing on with the next stanza. He says, इश्क की खैर वो पहली सी अदा भी न सही, जादा पैमाई तस्लीम और रज़ा भी न सही, मुस्तरब दिल सिफत किबल नुमा भी न सही, और पाबंदी आईन वफा भी न सही, कभी हमसे कभी गैरों से शनासाई है, बात कहनी की नहीं तू भी तो हर जाई है. So now he's talking about Allah's response, and he says, the previous passion that existed, the previous love that existed for us, that doesn't exist anymore. Overcoming of that path, the contentment, that doesn't exist anymore. I think he's talking about like people, like Muslims, that he's recognizing that there are things that are not the same that they used to be like before. Because in the previous one, he talked about how still things are still the same, but he's recognizing maybe the extent of it doesn't remain the same. Mustarib dil sifat kuman. Yeah, the uneasy hearts are not, facing the qibla, are not facing towards you anymore. And it's possible that the devotion that we had to follow your constitution and your order, that devotion, that passion, doesn't exist anymore. But what's happening on your end is that kabhi humse kabhi ghairo se shanasai hai, that sometimes you're acquainted with us, you're more attached to us, and sometimes with others. बात कहने के लिए ही तू भी तो हरजाई है. I mean, harjai means someone who abandons a lover. It's not something that we should say, or I like to say, but the fact is that you're also abandoning us. Us meaning people who loved you. Then he says, सरे फारां पे क्या किया दीन को कामिल तूने, एक इशारे में हज़ारों के लिए दिल तूने, आतिशंदोज़ किया इश्क का हासिल तूने, फूंक दी गर्मी रुखसार से महफिल तूने, आज क्यों सीने हमारे शरराबाद नहीं, हम वही सोख्ता सामा हैं तुझे याद नहीं. He's saying that on the Mount of Faran, you completed the deen. Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum. That's a verse in the Quran. In one signal, you you basically completed it for the hearts of thousands. The ishq, the passion that we had, you attain that, our hearts that were filled, like atish and those means like filled with fire. You filled that passion with it, and you attained it. And then you took the heat of the face from, in every gathering there's somebody who's like the person in the mehfil, right? So that their presence was taken. um, so why is it that in our hearts we don't have the same flame nowadays? We're the same people who burnt our belongings, meaning we put everything away. And the one of the beauty of his poetry is that he tends to stick to a theme, and in this stanza the theme is fire, right? So you see like fire and heat, and he's saying the flame, the sharar in our hearts are still there, and we burnt our belongings. Sokhta sama. Don't you remember? Like we're the ones that came to you with everything given up, for your sake. वादी नजद में वो शोर सलासल न रहा, कैस दीवाना नज़ारा महमिल न रहा, हौसले वो हौसले वो न रहे, हम न रहे, दिल न रहा, घर ये उजड़ा है कि तू रौनक महफिल न रहा, ए खुशा रोज़ के आई ओ बसद नाज आई, बेहिजाबाना सुए महफिल माबाज आई. That in the Arab world, in the Wadi Najd, in this Saudi Arabia that exists today consists of two portions. One is called Hijaz and one is called Najd. I believe. And so he's saying in the Arabian Peninsula, in the continent, um, the sounds of chains don't exist anymore. That Qais, again, the Majnu, who would be like crazy, just waiting for the glimpse of the carrier for his lover, doesn't exist anymore. Our perseverance doesn't exist there. We don't exist there. Our heart doesn't exist. This house, like all this doesn't exist because you, which was the ronak mehfil, which was the light of the gathering, you don't exist anymore. It's not there anymore. um and so he's saying that now comes the day of much, flattery and blandishment, and all this is happening, like that we're turning more towards, like more towards you, meaning that like the day when you're gonna come with without much covering, to this gathering, that gathering that doesn't exist anymore, will be the day that we're going to turn towards you, with that the passion. बादकश गैर हैं गुलशन में लबे जू बैठे सुनते हैं जाम बकफ नगमे कूकू बैठे दूर हंगामाए गुलजार से यकसू बैठे तेरे दीवाने भी हैं मुंतजर हूँ बैठे अपने परवानों को फिर ज़ोक़े खुद अफरोज़ी दे बरके दे दीना को फरमान जिगर सोजी दे. That he's saying that the drinkers, the people who are now at the riverbanks are the ones that are someone else. Like they're not us. They're the ones that are drinking in this garden, sitting on the side of the riverbank, um, and they're holding in their hand, a drink with the cries of the cuckoo bird. Um, they're and then us, like the believers, the divane that he mentions, they're divane, they're away from all of this, away from the garden, in one side, sitting, and they're waiting for what? Waiting for who, meaning to like who, Allah, like who is God. That the song of who, which brings the passion of faith inside of their hearts. And so he's saying, "Apne parwano ko phir zauq khud afrozi de," that self enlightenment, that pain and that yearning for self enlightenment, give that to your people, the people that are basically waiting for you, waiting for your song. Barke de reena ko farman jigar sozi de, that that known or the same old lightning, or that existed, like, give that fire of in their hearts, so that they could glow from that light. कौम आवारा उनाताब है फिर सुए हिजाज ले उड़ा बुलबुल बेपर को मजाक परवाज मुज़तरब बाग के हर गुंचे में है बुए नियाज तू ज़रा छेड़ तो दे तिश्ने मज़राब है साज नग़मे बेताब हैं तारों से निकलने के लिए तूर मुज़तर है उसी आग में जलने के लिए. um, that the people, the Muslims, they're basically are now without rains, but they're returning now back towards Hijaz, back towards like the path of the Prophet and his people. Um, the bird that did not have any wings had the desire to fly, so that it has taken off with that desire, even though it has no wings. Talking again about the Muslims. Mustarab Baqi al-Ghunche mein hai bue niyaz, like the uneasy garden still has that sacrificial smell. That's again like waiting to escape, waiting to do something. and he's saying just start. Tishna means thirsty, and mizrab is like that pick. They use that whether you play sitar or guitar, something that you use to kind of string the strings. And so he's saying just start this process, because the sound or the music is just thirsty for that pick, for thirsty to start that, basically the process. नगमे बेताब हैं तारों से निकलने के, like tar, for like the strings of that instrument. Songs are waiting to come out of that, from those strings. तूर मुस्तर है उसी आग में जलने की, that the mount of Tur, where the God would talk to Moses, it's eager to burn again in the same fire that it once burned in. um, then he says मुश्किलें उम्मत मरहूम की आसान कर दे, मूरे बेमाया को हम दोष सुलेमा कर दे, जिनसे नायाब मोहब्बत को फिर अर्ज़ा कर दे, हिंद के दैर नशीनों को मुसलमा कर दे, जुए खूं मी चकदार खसरत देरीन माँ. This is Farsi, by the way. मी तपत नाला बद नश्तर कदाई सीने माँ. So he's saying that it's kind of like a prayer almost, that the difficulties that this ummah, which is marhum means like it's like the one who is eligible, who is in need of mercy. The complications that this ummah is having, make it easy for them, for us. It's the ant without provision. Make it again a companion Suleiman alayhi salam, जिनसे नायाब को जिनसे नायाब मोहब्बत को फिर अर्ज़ा कर दे, that this rare type of love that exists, make it affordable again. And these people that live Hind ki der nashino, like the people that live in this place of idols, make them Muslims again, make them your believers again. And the last two lines, which are in Farsi, mean that blood has begun flowing from the yearning that's within us, and our scarred chests have spilled the cries that are within itself. Meaning, we're ready. We're just asking you to start the process for us.